The 2011 and 2012 off seasons are now officially complete. That means that we're just 45 days away from the start of training camp in the 2012 NFL season. I'm Drummond of bloggingtheboys.com and SB Nation Dallas. Now, training camp starts on July 30th. Before we get into that, and we'll handle that in our future episodes, let's do a quick roundup of what transpired towards the end of the 2011 off season. Now, Dallas has signed all of their draft picks, save for first round, the guy they traded up for, Morris Claiborne. Don't worry about it. It's not a problem with the negotiations or anything. The slots above him and behind him just haven't been signed either, so they're having a little bit of difficulty setting the market. That's all. It's not a problem. Now, what was a problem was the fact that the top 4 draft picks only spent about 5 days together over the OTAs and the mini camps practicing together because of various injuries, school commitments, things of that sort. So the rookies didn't get inundated the way that they were really supposed to. Now, Mike Jenkins showed up, embattled cornerback Mike Jenkins showed up during the mini camp, of course, because he would have been fine if he didn't. It was a mandatory mini camp. His shoulder's still bothering him. He wasn't able to practice. And according to the Cowboys front office, he's probably going to start training camp on the physically unable to perform list. He got a second opinion while he was in Florida rehabbing, Dr. James Andrews. There was a whole lot made to do about that. There might have actually been nothing, but suffice to say, he won't be ready for the start of camp, and it's just going to be a bit of a sticky situation. It doesn't sound like Coach Jason Garrett is very happy about what's going on. Now, of course, Des Bryant was making highlight catches again, and don't forget, remember I told you to temper your enthusiasm in the last episode, and basically what that means is that just because people are getting a lot of accolades right now doesn't necessarily mean that it translates into when people are hitting with pads and things of that sort. The OTAs and the mini camps are a completely different ball game, even training camp, than what happens during the regular season. Okay, there's a lot of competition for the safety spots. Depending on what side of the bed you woke up on this morning, that might be a good or bad thing. And that summarizes pretty much what you can take away from these OTAs and mini camps. Now, here's what made me cheese from ear to ear, and I'm not talking about if you're from the DC, Maryland area, the news that MGM has made an agreement with the National Harbor that they're going to be building a casino and resort down on the harbor, and hopefully poker tables will pass in the election in November, and we're going to be out of control. Other great news happened yesterday as well. The NFL has announced that they will be making available for the public for the first time the All-22 film. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with what All-22 is, it's basically a bird's eye view, camera view that shows you the entire field and lets you see all 11 offensive and all 11 defensive players at the same time. Now, it doesn't come equipped with an audio stream from the coordinator's headset, but it's still a significant boost in what you're learning about the game. It doesn't come with a playbook that you can download on your iPad, so you don't exactly know what the responsibilities are of the players, but still, to be able to see the cornerbacks and the safeties on every play will be a big boost, and you won't have to deal with the networks trying to teach you, oh, look at how great he's throwing this spiral. Isn't that fantastic? You're actually going to be able to watch real football and make your own decisions, and also, you're going to actually see the commentators in the game analysis be held to higher standards, because now you're going to be able to have bloggers, of course, like SB Nations, and advanced stat sites like Football Outsiders, Pro Football Focus, Advanced NFL Stats, those sort of sites, as well as your home team at Blogging the Boys, will be much better equipped at being able to judge what we're seeing and give you all better analysis. So, this is like great news. I cannot wait. And I'm talking about Bart Scott. Santa's real, y'all. Can't wait. I mean, this is some great stuff. I've been pining for this. If you read BTB on a regular basis, if you read my columns, you know that I've really been on this for a long time. Now, the NFL originally, they told everybody that they weren't going to do this. There was pretty much no way in hell that they were going to allow the public to get their hands on the All-22 tape. There was an article in the Wall Street Journal last year around November where Charlie Casserly was actually quoted as saying that he was worried about, when he was on the competition committee, he would shoot down the idea because he was worried about fans, unintelligent fans, undereducated fans, watching the All-22 film and heaping unnecessary criticism on players and coaches, which is ridiculous because this is a sport, it's a game, and smartfootball.com wrote an excellent article feeding off of that Wall Street Journal article that made similar points. This is a game, and to act like these people that are making millions are above criticism is just foolish to begin with. But to act like there aren't hundreds and thousands of people out here with the intelligence to provide the type of analysis that will actually help people understand football if they're given this tool, that's just ridiculous. So you see what kind of job we do at Blogging the Boys, watching the same film that you do, watching the same Game Rewind. And by the way, that's how the NFL has packaged it. It's now part of their Game Rewind, which allows you to watch games after they're completed online. The package is now up to $70. Now, the NFL was being slick, and they told people they would never do it, but then they ran a poll on all of their websites towards the end of last season asking if people would be willing to pony up $100 per hit in order to get this, and it was a resounding positive effect. So lo and behold, Roger Goodell and his henchmen figured out a way to market this and make money off of it, and here it is. So all of that, hand-wringing over whether the fans were educated enough, which is just one of the biggest insults I've ever heard in my life, to be able to dissect what they're looking at and not go overboard with saying, oh, well, look at the safety. We understand that we don't know what the assignments are. And honestly, if you look at some of the message boards on some of the lesser sites or some of the more national sites, people say dumb stuff anyway, and they don't even have the All-22 films. It can't get much worse in some places. So, now that you know this, now that you know that SB Nation bloggers, and we have some great sites on the network, so you can really expect to have some great analysis coming forward. All I have to say is to the major media outlets and to the color commentators and game analysts, get your weight up, amigo, because we're coming with the best. This is KD Drummond of Blogging the Boys. Make sure you tune to us daily, where we bring you all of the news, all of the stats, all of the opinions, all of the analysis on your Dallas Cowboys. Salute.